Hey YouTube family, welcome back to another video. Today's video is very short but informative. Today I wanted to cover acrylic application and e-filing. So the first thing you need to know with acrylic application is your liquid to powder ratio. This is important because it is going to determine how runny or how dry your acrylic bead will be. When I place my acrylic down, I press and release. I never place the bead exactly in the cuticle. I leave like a half an inch. That way I could tuck the acrylic back, because when you release your acrylic, the acrylic will start to form in the cuticles and in the side walls. So you want to allow that room for the acrylic to set in, and then it's going to naturally take the form of your sidewall. So back in your monomer, tap towards your client, and then the side that you didn't tap, that's the side you're going to put into your acrylic. Press and release. Gently tuck it back in your sidewalls and in your cuticle. You don't want to overwork this. Once your acrylic consistency is right, you do not have to do too much. That is why it is important for you to work on your liquid to powder ratio. Clean your side walls up as you go along. That way when it's time to e-file and time to hand file, you do not have to fight with the acrylic on the sides. So once again, you're going to press and release, not exactly at the cuticle. Leave like a half an inch, and then you just gently tuck it back to cover your cuticles and your side walls. Then also you want to always make sure that you keep putting your brush into your monomer. That way the acrylic is not leaving like streaks behind. So every time you work, you need to wipe your brush and go back in your monomer. That way when you stroke your acrylic, it's nice and smooth and silky. This is the view from another angle. I'm just showing you how I tuck it in the sides and how I guide it to the tip of the nail without excess pressure. Also, you want to make sure you're covering all your sides and you're getting your free edge. That way your nail doesn't break easily. There's no such thing as just a one ball or a two ball. If you see any error, you have to go back with more acrylic and fix as you go along, because your goal is supposed to be for your clients to wear their nails for 3-4 weeks without any breaking or chipping. This acrylic that I'm using is called Sandy, and I'm going to leave all the details in the description. Now we're going to hand file, and y'all, you see me spraying this alcohol. This is because my client finger starts to burn. So whenever this happens, you can just use your alcohol and spray it, and then the burning will go away. If you look at her nails closely, you will see that she just took the nails off that she had on, and they have been on for like 6 weeks. So you can see the grow out and all that. So her nails are a little bit thin, so it burns easy. So most of the times when your client's nails start to burn, that is because you need more monomer in your dapping dish. Like the ratio is not equal, and sometimes it's also because you're building the nail very thick. It happens a lot with long nails as well. So maybe like you could say because the nails is damaged, and you could say the liquid to powder ratio, you have too little liquid that's curing with the polymer, and also you're building the nail really thick when you're working on longer nails. So now it's time for e-filing. When you're e-filing, you want to make sure that your pinky finger is keeping you stable always. The pinky finger is really your stabilizer, and then you want to work your way from the right to the left, covering your cuticles and your sidewalls, because the aim is to seal the cuticles. That way water doesn't get underneath and cause any lifting or mold. So always make sure that you're sealing the cuticle and use the body of the bit to go over the surface of the nail. So my focus is going to be on the cuticle area and making sure the transition from the cuticle to the apex is very smooth and flat. You can always look on the back end of your nails and tell if you need to seal the nails anymore. The acrylic needs to look like it's growing naturally from out your client's cuticles. So it shouldn't have like a bump or anything. It should be nice and flat. The aim is to make sure that you are in control of your drill all the time. That way you do not cut your client. And like I said before, how you do this, your pinky finger and also the speed of your drill. Make sure you start off at a speed that you can manage, 10,000-11,000 RPM, and then the more comfortable you get, you can always change the speed of your drill. So this is how everything looks. All I did was apply some top coat, and this is the final results. For short nail, it usually takes like 45 minutes. Bye guys.